Welcome back, everybody. This is Chad with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Primary Arms 6-30 by 56mm Athena BPR MIL. This is a pretty highly anticipated optic I've been keeping an eye on for a good long while. It features a very cool, wide open Christmas tree reticle that leaves a lot of space for you to be able to see your targets downrange. We're going to discuss it a little bit more in detail as we go on, but for now I'm going to take my little 700 here and shoot a target at 500 yards, just for fun. Spotter! Where's my spotter?
I got you. You're good.
All right, I can just about spot for myself with this thing because it goes all the way to 30 power. All right, let's take a couple of shots here. I'm running a 175 grain hand load that's kind of cooking. It's cooking. It's a little fast out of this barrel.
Cooking is a gentle word. It's approaching the level of reckless nuclear abandon.
I don't like barrel life.
No, you don't.
All right, let's take a couple shots. We'll talk more about this little optic here. All right, so I am at 2.9 mils. A little bit of wind. All right.
I'll throw it in there. Good.
Oh, I love that sound so much.
Do that again. Good group. That round favored what looks to be a little bit high, Chad. Your first three shots were inside of probably 3 inches.
Yep.
3-4 inches maybe on the top end.
Got one more, I think, here.
Good. Good shooting.
All right.
They're in there.
They are certainly in there. This is a really cool optic that I've had my eye on for a good long while. And we got one in to check out a little while back, and I've dropped it on my 700 here to play around with it. It features a Criterion barrel, a KRG Whiskey 3 chassis, PTNG bolt. Literally the only stock part left on this rifle is the receiver. That's another story for another day. For now, we're going to discuss the optic here. The Platinum line is Primary Arms' highest end optic option. These are made exclusively in Japan. They have excellent glass, and for the money, the features that they pack into these things is a really, really great value. This particular optic is a first focal plane. The reticle itself is really the heart of these optics, in my opinion. The BPR MIL is a wide open Christmas tree reticle with 15 mils of elevation built directly in. Whatever the case might be, 15 mils is a lot of room to work on a long-range cartridge. On 308, it might be a little bit overkill. This is a 5 power optic going all the way from 6 to 30 power. Some of the interesting features of the reticle itself, you have a very fine chevron for zeroing. You zero right at the tip of the chevron. Gives you a very fine aiming point, and especially if you dial, you can keep that fine aiming point out to extended range. And the graduations, instead of being sort of like an H59 or like some of the Leupold offerings like the CCH, which I have in another optic, you have 0.2 mil holds typically, and then 0.25 mil holds respectively. That really increases the clutter. Okay, a lot of people would like to call those reticles cluttered, and they do take up a lot of space. They kind of obscure smaller targets at range. With the 0.5 mil graduations in the BPR MIL, you don't have any obscuring of your targets downrange, and you can pretty much extrapolate the tenths of a mil increments in between those dots and the hash marks seen in this reticle. It allows for easy aiming and easy corrections at range without obscuring your target and not being able to see what you're shooting at. And also in the center of the reticle, you have 0.2 of a mil increments for doing manual ranging calculations. So you can get those finer measurements on a target at an unknown distance range and then manually calculate your range estimation and then therefore calculate a firing solution. The 34mm tube gives a lot of elevation and windage adjustment. On the elevation side, you have 27.6 mils total. On the windage side, you have 13.1 mils total. The housing is made of 6061 T6 aluminum. It comes in at 15.6 inches long and 39.2 ounces with the included lens caps, as I mentioned before. On my particular rig, the optic is riding in a set of AccuTac rings with a bubble level adjustment in the rear, an anti-cant device. And the reason for this is the extraction pattern on this particular rifle wasn't very conducive to a spur mount because of the M16 extractor. The brass would hit the base and then drop right back in the chamber, so I had to switch to a different mounting system. Also on the side, we do have a parallax adjustment all the way from 35 yards all the way to infinity. And this thing really does focus down very, very close. So I'm going to set it on the 300 yard mark, and this optic does have yardage graduations on it, not just dots like some of the competition, which is pretty handy.
It's got a Buzz Lightyear setting.
It's got a Buzz Lightyear setting to infinity and beyond. That Coyote's about to go see the beyond. Let's see, the great beyond. Maybe the not so great beyond. Ready?
Yeah. Right in the dome.
All right, let me shoot that gopher. All right, he's a little bit further back. He's right at about like 317, I think.
Use the same hold. Center mass, good shot.
All right.
It never fails to impress me how accurate that rifle is.
It's pretty good, man. All right, we've got a, I don't know, the camera is gonna barely be able to see it, but I've got a 6-inch popper kind of hiding in the bushes back here on the hill. He's right over 400 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's
oh yeah, he's
about
sneaky.
411.
Yep. All right, let me see. All right, 1.9. All right, 1.9.
Impact. Good shot.
All right, take another shot of him. Got a little bit of wind.
Yeah,
right
the wind carried
face.
it to it hit on the left edge of the plate.
Yep.
Yep. Good shot.
I may have held a little bit too much for wind on the right side.
Yeah, that
there.
was on the right shot, right side that time.
All right, let me shoot one more.
Just cut your wind hold in half. You should be good.
Oh, right over the
right
top.
Over the top.
I had that wind in my face, and then it all of a sudden died down. Even though this round is moving, 308 still, it just has issues downrange, man. That wind really, really affects it big time.
Just over the top.
Right over the top again. Didn't hold low enough.
Yeah, your last two shots were then within an inch of each other. Same spot. It's accurate.
The accuracy gods today say, 2 hits for you, only 2 hits.
That's right.
All right, let's move over to our big gong at 4.
4, okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. Center mass.
I mean, like right where I'm aiming. I told you, accuracy gods. 2 hits for you.
You good? Good shot.
Let's go for a headshot.
I mean, those last two shots were within 2 inches of each other.
See, I'm getting adventurous and I'm gonna miss.
Impact on the cranium.
I'll take that.
Yep.
And
I will too.
The BPR MIL, it's just so easy to just get right on target, know your hold, and then boom, just squeeze the trigger. That's it. All right, I got one more mag. One more mag, and then
I like that it helps you really make like fine adjustments on the fly.
Man, it does. Like I said, it doesn't give you the fine holds, like the 0.2 of a mil holds, but really, at first I was a little skeptical that I wasn't really gonna be able to get behind this reticle and work it, but after shooting it for a good long while and really playing around with it, the thing works great. And it's by far probably one of my favorite Christmas tree reticles that I've ever tested. And we're just gonna take a few more shots and then we're gonna shoot 750, and then in a future video, we'll work this rig out to a little bit longer range and maybe even push this pill past 1,000 and see what happens. I've never shot a 308 past 1,000 before, have you?
I haven't, no.
So we'll see what happens. All right, moving up the hill, we got
440.
440.
Yep.
443, I think, to be precise. And let's see what we're at. And Ballistics Arcs makes it very easy just to create a chart based on your range and just drop it in. So I'm at 2.3 at 443, and then 2.9 again at 5. So 2.3.
Center mass.
I mean, right at 2.3. 2.3.
Yep, right on top of each other.
I'm telling you,
That
this
jewel
load
trigger
shoots.
really helps with that rig, man.
Yeah, it does.
It's a nice trigger.
Headshot.
Do it.
Oh, right over the top.
Literally missed by like an inch.
Ah.
Good windage. Headshot.
All right, headshot at 5.
You can do it.
Let's get adventurous here. All right, 2.9.
A 4-inch target at 500 yards.
Yep.
4x4. Hey, let me punch in with the spotter.
10-4.
Go. Oh, that was about 6 inches high.
2.9. Huh. Let's see. 2.9. Huh. That wind's coming behind us now, isn't it?
It is.
That would be why.
Yeah, bring it down a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna hold back around 2.6. Right in the neck.
The wind caught it and hit the shoulder.
Did it?
Yeah. It hit on the far right.
Okay. I thought that was that neck shot right there.
No, I'm pretty sure it was on, well, the target camera downrange, the folks at home viewing are gonna be like, "You're wrong, Eric," or "You're wrong, Chad." Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna say, keep that same hold real quick. 2.9. Or well, 2.6, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Just over the shoulder.
Right over the shoulder.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna get my headshot now.
Yeah, you are. you were an inch from the head.
Ah!
Right in the neck.
All right.
You hit just low and left of the bolt.
Okay. Right over the top.
Yep, barely over the top.
I want my headshot.
Just high.
Dadgummit, man. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna draw some ammo out of my ammo book.
Is that the novel or the book?
No, this is the book. This is a Coltac ammo book. It holds like, I think 80 rounds or so. And I love drawing out of this thing and just dropping.
And isn't the larger one called the novel?
It's called the novel. I got one of those, and I told Eric about it. He laughed his butt off. It's like, ammo novel, what the heck? Holds like 120 rounds. It's so cool. All right, I'm getting my headshot. You can't shoot until I get my headshot.
Well, I guess we're going home.
Bye.
You're over the top, man.
Dang, gummit.
It's shooting literally like 2 or 3 inches high, right over the top of the head.
One thing I found, like seriously, with this load, even though it's moving, it's just that 175, it still just doesn't have that BC to combat these tail and headwinds. Like, it'll switch on us over here and all of a sudden get a little bit of a tailwind and it pushes it up 2 or 3/10 of a mil at 500 yards. It's just crazy. All right, I'm bringing it down just a touch. If I get another neck shot, we're just gonna move on.
That was all the way on the bottom edge of the gong.
Oh, well that would be, well, I held in the wrong place, that's why.
Try again.
Because I'm in a hurry.
Don't get in a hurry.
That wasn't the rifle, that was me. 2.9.
2.9.
God dang, man. I held in the wrong place.
There you go, headshot.
Right in the top, all right.
Yep, you domed him.
Moving on.
All right, I'm gonna give the Athena a try here on Chad's Remington 700. We've got it dialed up to 5.6 mils. And we're running his hot 175 grain hand loads here. And we're just gonna dial and go right for it here. See what we come up with. 750 yards for this go.
753.
We've got a bit of mirage. We're just gonna do the best we can here.
Definitely got some mirage today.
I'm just gonna aim right at it.
Big gong?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me take my glasses off so I can get a little closer to the spotter here. All right, All right, send it when you're ready.
Bottom.
No, it looked like you may have been right over the top. We've got a little bit of a tailwind behind us. So
you're saying it hit high?
It looked like it went right over the top of the gong.
Okay.
That was right under the gong. Saw a little bit of dirt splash up right there.
I'm gonna dial down to 5.5.
Yep. Just off center, slightly low and right. Hell, now keep that same point of aim and shoot a group. Yep. Hovering on the right side. I don't know if I've ever shot a group this far away before with this thing. Yep. A little bit more wind behind us now. Yep. Oh, well, I thought you hit right at the top. I guess maybe pushed it right over the top, man.
Okay.
Mirage is making it really hard to spot. Looked like that impacted maybe a little bit low there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Just right.
Yeah, wind caught it.
Yep. Couldn't tell if that impacted or not. The camera doesn't lie though.
Yeah, for sure, man. You mean we don't have an editor that edits in all the hits?
Impact. Yeah, I was back in there in your first little string of shots.
Cool.
Yeah, she's working.
Yeah, I like this rifle a lot. The jewel trigger is wonderful, of course. You know, we've always held that in high regard on this particular rifle, on the R700 pattern. The optic's great. I like how, it's not really busy and you can dial up, or you've got, obviously plenty of hold-offs in the Christmas tree style grid reticle. We're dialed up. But I'll tell you what, we're at 5.5. I'm gonna bring that down to 5.4. And then I'm gonna dial back down to 0 and hold 5.4 and see if I can hit it with holding.
Okay.
What do you think? That's a fair test?
Yeah, I've shot it out to 6 that way before and it seemed to be spot on.
Cool, okay.
Now we've got a little bit of wind kind of pushing in our face. Slightly right, left. Feels like. Yep.
All right, it's in there. I'm gonna dial down to 0 and I'm gonna hold 5.4 in the reticle.
I think your last couple of shots, they may have been at the bottom of the plate. I couldn't tell though.
Okay.
Hard to see.
All right, holding 5.4.
All right, send it. Yep. Well, you're in there somewhere. Hang on, shoot one more time. God, I thought I saw the thing move.
It's in there.
I just can't tell where the impacts are. That first shot I think may have missed. You may have been right under the plate. It's where I can't see it.
It's in there.
Must be favoring on the right side there in that cluster.
Yeah. Giving a little more wind hold because it is drifting a little bit. Oh, no, just off the right edge.
Yep. Ah.
Yeah, the wind caught it. That should have been on the right edge of the plate.
Yeah, it had to have been. There's a big cluster of rounds right there, impacts.
We're good.
Yep. I mean, the trace is moving right toward the plate.
It's shooting a good group, man. Because it's got to be putting them all in that little cluster down there in the bottom. Should be right in there.
Yep. It's all hovering around there, man. There were a few errant shots here and there, but I mean, 308 really kind of starts to get interesting around 700 yards.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
So
that jewel trigger is great. It just breaks really clean like glass. And I like this setup a lot. We use this particular rifle, I should say Chad does, for quite a bit of, you know, as a test bed for a lot of different optics and stuff. I know this particular rifle has worn quite a bit of glass. I like the Athena. It's not overly busy. It is a great reticle that has great math in it and lots of hold off and windage and everything like that, but also being able to dial it up is nice too. I think it's great for the price point. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. It's always a great day when we can take bolt action rifles out to some silly distances. We're going to take this rifle out to beyond a grand in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But definitely a special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters. If you purchase man cans, t-shirts, other merchandise over on the website, all of that is greatly appreciated. It goes right back into supporting the channel, supporting our content. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you had a great day. We'll see you next time. Many more videos on the way.